Hey friends, happy Sunday. It is psychic medium Josh Hyman's coming to you Sunday afternoon in my studio in between readings, and I'm kind of getting the nudge to come to folks with a little video message. When I get these nudges and I just kind of follow them through, it's often because, a lot of people are feeling these things. So I want to talk to folks about being a nervous Nelly. Now, first, if you find yourself being a nervous Nelly, if you find yourself somebody that's nervous and anxious about things, first and foremost, what I want you to do is I want you to stop feeling bad about feeling nervous. Okay? We will have negative emotional responses. We will feel anxious. We will feel stressed. We will feel worry, fear, all of it. Those are human emotions. When you experience them, you will experience them and get through them far easier when you stop beating yourself up for having human emotions. So first and foremost, stop beating yourself up for being nervous. All of us get to be nervous Nellies. Even the most confident, even the most powerful, everybody, every human feels trepidation, worry, fear. Some people just let those feelings stop them. Okay? So just be mindful, one, when you do inevitably encounter fear, worry, stress, all of those things, that you don't beat yourself up for being human. Now, one of the things that I'd like to just remind folks about, and I think everybody here can relate to this, sometimes being human is no fun. It's just no fun. It's just no fun. What I mean by that is, think about being alive for a moment. Think about being a creature in this world that has to survive, right? You have to survive. That's what we're here to do. We're living creatures, right? We're kind of animals in this physical world, getting through this physical world, surviving. Evolution, for us to survive in this physical world, evolution would have required us, this world would have required us to identify the threats. We're all geared towards that. As we are expressions of life in this physical world, we are always looking out for the threats. Humans are wired to look out for these threats, meaning if you're making your way 30,000 years ago through the forest, you would have been more concerned about the wolf than you would have been the deer. Concerned, being worried, afraid, anxious. You're identifying that thing that's going to hurt you, that thing that's going to hinder you, that thing that's going to harm you. You're going to look at those things, you're going to look at the wolf far differently than you are the deer. Now, this applies to our modern life because as people with families and loved ones and in community, we have to be paying attention to what's potentially going to go wrong. What are the threats in our lives, in our sphere? I want to talk to all the parents and all the kids and all the people that are grandkids and all the people that are grandparents and all of that. Look at this classic sort of way we can fall into parenting in terms of we're always kind of giving our loved ones shit, right? If you have kids or grandkids, right, and they have threats in their life or things are tumultuous, right? You are going to be like, hey, look out for that, what are you doing? My mom, I love her. My mom is very good at holding me accountable. It's taken me a while to realize that, that's not a personal thing, and she's not beating me up when she says, hey, what are you doing? What's going on here? What's that? She's actually just identifying threats. She's not calling me out on, she's not pointing a finger at me necessarily, and, these are things that I shouldn't be taking personally. She's just going, hey, what about such and such? Now, I can be that person that is so geared towards her approval and acceptance that I can kind of feel that as like, why are you insulting me? Why are you attacking me? When she's not. She's just identifying the threats in her son's life. To give our parents and grandparents a little bit of grace, if you just always kind of felt like they just hammered on you, and they were never giving you a positive affirmation or compliments or letting you know you did anything right, there's a reason. They are expressions of life, and they're just trying to identify threats. And if you're a parent and you're a grandparent and you have loved ones that might not be walking paths that you're okay with, just remember that as you identify the threats in their existence and you're holding them accountable, make sure that, they know that they have your love and acceptance and approval. You're just identifying threats in their life, not problems within them. Nervous Nellies out there, me, everybody else included, anybody else who can get nervous or anxious about things, you're wired to do that. These are things inside of you that will help you move away from threats. Don't beat yourself up for them. Manage those things as best you can when they come upon you. Meaning, when you feel these things, just kind of go into that place of, what would I tell somebody else feeling these things? And how can you calm yourself down as you would calm somebody else feeling those things? That's an important thing, right? If we're identifying the threats around us, how can we then console ourselves as we face those threats? You're built and wired to not only identify threats, but you're built and wired to love and to nurture to whatever degree. So take those threats you're identifying and take that love and nurturing that you have within you and peanut butter and jelly them, babies. All right? Take that, please. And remember, it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be anxious. It's okay to be stressed. Nurture yourself through it as you would somebody else. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful week out there.